This is day 7. So it's actually the second week of October and it is just as hot as it is in summer, which might be the reason why I'm actually in a good mood today. I'm confident, I'm happy, I just want to be outside, I want to take some videos, and I'm happy to just be here. I'm happy to be where I am currently. I think when you're in a good mood like this, and you're happy and everything's just going the way it's meant to be, it's really easy to be confident because you get used to this feeling. And I think the best part about it is, once it's happened, you can almost train your brain to think in this positive way. It's almost like a pattern. So if every day you're telling yourself that you're feeling depressed, then your brain is almost going to learn that, oh, this is what I do when I'm depressed. I wake up late, eat bad food, I have no exercise, I don't socialize. This is what depression is. But I think a lot of the time, when you're in these positive frames of mind, you want to go out and do stuff, and you want to be outside, you want to exercise, you want to hang out with friends. But it got me thinking, if you just did that beforehand, if you just went outside anyway, even if you were feeling bad, and if you just ate well anyway, and woke up early and exercised anyway, even if you were feeling bad, then you'd almost train your brain to constantly be on this search for positivity rather than dwelling in the negativity. And it is definitely easier said than done, but I think a good way to deal with negativity is when it happens to you and when you start feeling overwhelmed by all this negativity, you need to try and take a step back, go above yourself, and just kind of look down and be like, what do I actually want? And what are the things that I don't want? And are the things that I don't want affecting how I'm feeling? Or is it just something else? Is it an outside emotion? And then once you can kind of put it into practice, that every time you feel a certain way, step back and you go, okay, what can I do to make myself feel better? If you're feeling negative, you tend to do more negative things. Whereas when you learn to almost control it and harness it, you can use the negativity as inspiration for positivity, and it means that when negative things come your way, you know how to deal with it, as well as knowing what made you feel like that in the first place. So you almost learn a lesson, as well as knowing what the feeling of sadness is like, which means if you balance back over, you're going to feel a lot better when you bounce back. But then you also know for next time. And I think a great way of dealing with it is to have a positive attitude. You don't have to be a positive person. You don't have to have positive things happening to you to feel positive, but you need to approach things in a positive way. A positive way would be knowing that it will help you in the future, or learning from it, or treating it like a lesson. And if you approach it like that, you can get over it a lot easier whilst learning at the same time. You don't attack negativity with negativity, because that just breeds more and more negativity. But if you treat the negativity with at least a realistic view and some positivity, you'll get over it so much quicker, and you'll actually come to an understanding that that is actually real, that is what happens, and you'll know for the future. And I know that different things work for different people, but in my opinion, sometimes it's just really not as complicated as it seems. You go over the negative stuff in such a negative way that they just become so out of control and so overwhelming that they seem like they're the end of the world. Sometimes it's just been the smallest thing that I've gone out and done. I've just gone for a walk, or I've just listened to some music, or I've just ridden my bike, or gone swimming, or gone to the gym, or had some nice food, or whatever, and it's just disappeared because the whole thinking part of it was kind of internal, solving the problem itself. And I had actually solved the problem, but because I didn't realize I had, I just thought it was still there, and I thought it was still an issue. But then I kind of just forgot about it, and it's not pushing it down inside where I don't want to hear it. I've come to a conclusion subconsciously. I'm still getting myself worked up because I'm still in a negative mood, and that's what I mean about dealing with negativity in a positive way. You deal with it in a respectful way. You respect yourself, understand that you feel certain things, you're always going to feel certain things, but it's how you approach it. If you come at it in the right way, then you won't spend all this extra time feeling negative for no reason and being confused why you feel negative and why you're in a bad way, because that's what you think you're meant to be feeling. Whereas you might have gotten over this issue ages ago, but because you're still in a negative mindset, you're still thinking negatively about it. And with positivity comes so many other positive things. You can end up being more confident, you can make a lot more friends, you can do things that actually benefit you if you're in a positive mood, feel happy, and something inside of you knows why you feel happy. You continue to do things that make you more happy. And it works the same way when you're in a bad way. When you're negative, you subconsciously know why you're in a negative way, but for some reason you keep doing negative things and you end up spiraling. Well, you can do the exact same thing, just in a positive way. You can spiral in a positive way. You just keep on doing positivity after positivity and get in a routine, and you get in this repetition state of being happy. And it might feel really weird at first, and you're used to this negativity, and it does creep back in time to time. You never let it affect you how it used to, because you're used to this positivity now. You like the positivity, and it's a lot more fun being happy. But there is definitely a need for a balance. There's a natural balance, and you don't have to go so far over the edge in negativity to get this balance. You can feel it sometimes, acknowledge it, and then say what it really is. That's it.